Hello, everyone. Welcome into Above My Pay Grade. My name is Eric. Thanks for tuning in. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button, hit subscribe, and sharing this out if you find this to be helpful. You know, our goal on this channel is to learn economics together and have sophisticated discussions about how stupid the government is. Because they really are stupid sometimes. And we're getting towards the end of August, and you know what that means. The student loan forgiveness / student loan pause ends August 31st. I've made videos about this before. And the timing's poetic because it's towards election season. And the Biden administration is contemplating forgiving student loans. He has said he wants to forgive 10,000 student loans, and they kept kicking the can down the road by saying you don't have to pay on your loans. Since COVID, because we're still dealing with that, yet our economy is so healthy. Wink, wink, right? Just, okay. Don't laugh, you'll cry. So anyways, they've kept kicking the can down the road, and people still don't have to pay on their loans, which is whatever, okay? One of the things that bothers me, and I heard this on the Tim Pool podcast the other day, and it is so true. In today's political discussion, if somebody says, we want good thing, and that good thing is we want free school, okay? I also want free school. Me, Eric, I want free school. But if I were to say, how do we pay for it? The other side then says, you don't want good thing, now you want bad thing. You want bad thing because you ask how to pay for it. And just the question alone of how are we going to pay for it in the realities of math throw people into a tizzy. Yes, I want free school. I want free homes. Who doesn't? But if you ask how to pay for it, and if you say that there's trade-offs, right? If we do X, then we can't do Y, so on and so forth, which is the reality of life, and every adult understands this, then they accuse you of wanting the bad thing. Right? And it's just very, very frustrating and childish way to discuss any of this. So everyone's kind of, what it seems like to me in America today is everyone's trying to get theirs, right? Like, I don't care what it does, it helps me. I don't care. I don't care if it hurts other people, that legislation helps me, so screw everyone else. And it's kind of like every man for himself, which is not a good way to have success as a country, but here we are. So the Education Department wants Biden to unilaterally waive student loans up to $50,000. He has said $10,000, and we're coming towards the end of the month, and we're going to find out if they just kicked the can down the road and said the COVID pause is still in effect. One thing to keep in mind, I guess two, Biden can't do this. He can't. As an executive order, you cannot just waive student loans. Who has the power of the purse? Congress. And this has been going on for years, where the president just promises things and says they can do executive orders, and legally, no, they cannot. So, I guess we live in it's King Biden, and we don't have checks and balances. So there's that. Biden cannot unilaterally waive student loans. So there's going to be all kinds of, if he does do this, and it does not have congressional approval, there's going to be all kinds of lawsuits because it's illegal. Okay, so there's that. And then there's the big elephant in the room, which I'm like, hello? No one's asking this question. This comes with strings. Because if you're all these people of the last decade who have had these student loans, what about the next decade? Hello? What about those guys? Because this is not just waiving student loans. This is paying for school in perpetuity. And if you don't, you know this is how it's going to work. And so a broke government who has tons of debt and inflation is going to go to people who, in their budget, they are paying for student loans, or they're at least in their mind, if they've paused them, that's in their mind of, hey, okay, I might have to start paying on these, so I better plan financially for this. Biden comes in, unilaterally says college will be either paid for, or $10,000 in student loans will be paid for, or I'm going to waive your student loans for the people who already have them. What do you think that's going to do to inflation? People have more money in their pocket, and for sure, they have a different mental mindset because that debt isn't there anymore. My opinion, it's going to go up. What about students in the future? They got some. I want some too. Yes, so that bill is going to be reoccurring to a broke government. On top of the fact, I did a video about this the other day. Biden passed. Oh, it's so frustrating. Biden passes the, the Inflation Reduction Act. Try to keep a straight face and say it. The Inflation Reduction Act, as we all know, does not reduce inflation. We live in an Orwellian world now. But this act gives you a grant for electric vehicles, around $7,500. Guess what Ford did to their Ford Lightning truck right after that? They raised the price, about $8,500. Coincidence. There's no connection there. I don't want you to think that. There is no connection there. So with these colleges, obviously, if Biden comes in and says the federal government is going to pay $10,000, $50,000, whatever the number is, they won't raise their prices. Because history has shown us, if the government steps in and says they're going to help out with finances, no private organization like colleges who are for-profit, endowments, etc., are going to raise their price. So it's just going to help. It's just going to be so helpful. No. We own, and this, again, in an adult world that's not political, and you want to have these conversations, I think people should have education. The nuanced conversation is, where does the money come from, and who should pay for it, and how expensive should it be? Because there's certain things we don't control, and that's the price. Okay, so obvious stuff. But we're coming towards the end of August, and I'll continue to cover this. This is one of those issues that I'm like, again, I've said this before. The federal government is turning honest people into suckers. I want to join the military so I can get my college paid for. Oh, wait, I could have done that and not joined the military. Kind of frustrating for those people who put their life on pause for 4 years, maybe went overseas just so they can get a college education, and now they realize it could have been paid for by the government anyways. You know, it just turns honest people into suckers. It makes them recalculate what's worth it, because they think that piggy bank is going to be opened at any time. It's kind of sad. All right, one more thing I want to say, transition here. Check out, I'm not being paid to say this, but I thought it was a pretty cool app. I also saw this on Timpool. It's called Public SQ, if you look for it in the App Store. And I'm not really huge on boycotts and stuff like that. However, I don't like giving my money to people and local businesses that, want to shut me down or shut down free speech, etc. So this app is cool because you can look at local businesses who support First Amendment, Second Amendment, who are kind of anti-mask, COVID lockdown, that kind of stuff. And in my opinion, it's a good way to find a community in your local area and support businesses that support the way you think, or freedom-focused. And that's the only way I think people are going to feel strong enough to have that voice, is in that community, and that community can support each other. So check out Public SQ. Let me know what you think. I've downloaded it, checked it out, and I think it's pretty cool. So check it out. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. See you guys in the next one. Peace.